Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the Mackerras Mozart box on LINN. These were Charles Mackerras' last Mozart performances. Now, he was always a great Mozart interpreter. Always. I mean, stylish, exciting, fresh, properly ornamented, probing, where he was curious about things like appoggiaturas and continuo parts. Anyway, these are with the Scottish Chamber Orchestra. They are all magnificent performances of the symphonies. You get symphonies 29, 31, 32, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, which is like everything after 29. And oh, they're so beautifully done. They really are. 29 is an excellent case in point, even though it's the first one here. That symphony drives me nuts. Why? Because the first subject is just a sequence. You know what it sounds like, right? Yum bum, da 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 dum bum, da 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 dum bum, da 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 dum bum, da 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 da. I mean, have you run away screaming yet? It's really annoying. My goodness. I mean, actually, Mozart does wonderful things with it later. I mean, of course he does. He's Mozart. But the opening, it's hard to pull it off. And Mackerras, of course, does. How does he do it? He does it by allowing the underlying accompanying harmonies, the sort of counter melody, to have as much prominence as the melodic line so that there's something happening as that sequence is sequencing and stuff. Anyway, that's just you know from the very beginning that you're in very, very good shape. The Paris Symphony, which is on the same disc, is splendid. Number 32, we hear very seldom outside of complete sets. You know, it's a 3-movement-ish Italian overture type thing. It's only about 6 minutes long and in fast, slow, fast form. And it's charming. I mean, I never listened to it, but I did hear it. It's like, oh, gee, that's nice. Why don't I play that more often? And then the others, the Hofner and the Linz and the Prague and, you know, the Jupiter and the big G minor. The big difference between this and his previous recording, remember he did these all 3 times, most of them, not all of them. They're in the big Warner Mackerras box, the last 4 or so Mozart symphonies, 4 or 5, I don't know, something like that. Then he did the complete set with the Prague Chamber Orchestra, which is wonderfully lively, but it uses a harpsichord continuo performance. That sounded great, didn't it? It uses a harpsichord continuo part in all of the performances. That's what I meant to say. And I find it maddening. It's not overly prominent, and he doesn't allow the continuo player to create a solo concerto-like thing out of it. So that's all okay. But I would so much rather not have to hear that thing in the background, and you don't hear. That's what's so nice about it. It's just lovely without the harpsichord. Terrific, fabulous. I'm thrilled. So these are very good, and they are superbly well played and exceptionally well recorded. They're sonically gorgeous because LINN does wonderful work. And then we have the Requiem, coupled to the Adagio and Fugue, Kerschel, whatever the hell it is. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's the Adagio and Fugue, Kerschel, it's C minor. Yeah, Kerschel 546. I know it was somewhere in the 5s. But here's the problem. The Requiem is a big disappointment, at least it was for me, mostly on account of the solo singing. It's just really pretty mediocre. The singers, for the record, are Susan Gritton, Catherine Wynne Rogers, Timothy Robinson, and Peter Rose. I mean, they're not horrible, but no, they're just so not great. And in the Requiem, we've got all the greatest singers in the universe doing it. And Mackerras, quite frankly, it just doesn't seem to have as much to add to the Requiem in terms of, you know, his interpretation, his ideas for the piece than a lot of other conductors, or even as he himself did the symphonies in the same box. Maybe he was a little out of sorts. I don't know. But nothing is perfect 100% ever. And in the meantime, we have 9 fantastic symphony performances. There are 5 discs in all. The price is attractive, at least I thought it was. And, you know, it's so good that LINN realized what they had and how good it was and how important it was to keep it available and to make sure that people have an opportunity to hear, the last recordings that Mackerras made about a composer who meant so much to him and to whose music he contributed so much. It worked both ways. It was a reciprocal relationship. So there it is. It's out. It's available. Get it while you can. And keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.